Hello. This stream is going to be a miracle if it works, because I've been having computer troubles all freaking day. Like, as soon as I launch OBS, it just 100% pins my CPU. So, we'll see, touch wood, everything's fine. Getting notifications from me. I think I'll go over everything in a second about what I've been doing in between, because I've been busy. Set up a ton of bits, done a ton of graphics, and you can see you've used all the emotes. The shiny one only got what do you call it, approved today. Still waiting on the Pride one. Yeah, I'm proud of them. I still need a couple more. I've got a few slots to fill. So if you've got any ideas, just throw them at me. I need to get this thing working. Where is it? There it is. That's what I want. Considering the amount of other like Pride stuff they've got, I'd be surprised. I mean, we've got freaking Rainbow Kecleon working, so that I'm happy enough with that. I should load this. Come on PC, you can do it. There's something that's not showing up on this overlay. That should. Yeah, but they're all for Pride. As soon as Pride month comes around, like, feck it, let's make the let's make the logo rainbow. There we go. I know words. Oh, let's just make tons of profit for some reason. Okay. And then if I test it on this, hey, there we go. Okay, so where the hell do I start with what I've been doing? Yeah, also the outrage bit. No, let's start with the scrolling down. So I've actually now got more than just my living deck rules that have been. But just having a look over there. And also randomly showing off the scar tape that I've got on, because I managed to make a scar with spaghetti somehow. Manly injuries. Yeah, so should have been doing down below the stream, rather than just living deck rules that have been out of date for months now. I've now got actual tabs, and got all these notifications, stream, dashboard. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you're now in the Discord. Yeah, I decided the Discord just be mainly notifications, and just if you or Ray or Orange or whoever just wants to chat in there, feel free. Got a little about me, the YouTube, where people can find VODs, all the emotes up to date. That's why the Pride one is grayed out, because it's there just waiting to be approved. The challenge or whatever I'm doing, people can just scroll down, and roughly a schedule. So I've cause that's there, I'm hoping that makes me stay to a schedule rather than be like, I'll pop on whenever. And what else have I been doing? All the alerts should now work. So stuff like cheers, subs, hosts, raids, all the variations. They were annoying to get working, but thank God they do. Still not quite a moderator. It works for me. Those kind of things that are like promo, I've got like as mod commands. So YouTube and Discord are mod ones. So if we go in Discord, it's got a Discord join link there. I still didn't put in the crit. That's alright. I just make it an even more chill vibe. That sound. Yeah. Did I put in another command? I feel like the Discord was the only one. I still haven't put in critical hits for the hugs. That's what's still in my notes. Annoyingly, I forgot to do that. And I think that's it. Although I have in this one. So if I swap over to what we're doing, I'm going to need to mute my phone, aren't I? Because it's just going to be pinging between everything. Oh yeah, I don't have your new account, I forgot. Accept do. And let's just mute my phone. It's going to be your notifications pretty much, but also like anyone who watches the VODs at some point. You're back into Temtem. How did I... Feck. No, there's a timer on the screen for me. That. Okay, there we go. So, if I come back over to this screen and dip the music out while I remember. That had a physical release. I mean, whatever works. I'd say it's supporting the developer, but it is a used copy. Hey, how's it going, Titan? Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the use of the emotes because it's so nice just to see stuff I've made being used. So yeah, what I'm planning to do today is, well, let's just scroll down. Reclaim shinies that I've missed as fast as possible, which is pretty much 3 of them. So the 3 that I've missed, pretty much, let's go from oldest to most recent. So, no worries, enjoy a bit of Baldur's Gate. Kind of, I'm more seeing how fast I can reclaim my shinies. So, the first one I'm going for is Bronzor, or technically Bronzong, because I didn't miss the shiny back when I played Diamond, but I did lose that copy of Diamond, so technically I failed the shiny in a really, really bad way. And then, ooh, what's the next one? I keep forgetting, because I'm trying to go chronologically. I think the next one will be Doug Trio. Discord link is also here. Yeah, so the next one's Doug Trio, which I think I've been over this story before, but pretty much I was mindlessly grinding. And then, very new to shinies, I don't know why the time's gone. Very new to shinies, and for some reason, knocked out a blue-nosed Doug Trio thinking it was like a female. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. I'm going to get the timer wrong, just like I get the counting wrong for like the shiny hunt, which is why I got the auto shiny thing, but I'm not implementing that. My CPU's already killing itself as is. And the last one is going to be Nidoran Male, which I'm going to be in Let's Go for, which is actually the only game I'm going to be hunting in that I lost it in. So we're going to be starting in BDSP, going for Bronzor, maybe 2 because it's PokeRadar so I can get the line. And then I'm going to go into Let's Go to get the next 2, which would be in Diglett Cave to hopefully get Doug Trio or Diglett, whatever appears. And then Nidoran, so let's hopefully not mess this up. And then hopefully is also... Don't get bored, because this is going to be a long one. I've also got this mapped out. So I've got to go... I had to reteach myself how to PokeRadar hunt, which is an interesting one, because apparently, same as the catch combo in Let's Go, people learn things after I stopped doing it. So... I've always got to go for the furthest away. Also have to actually start. The nice thing is this patch of grass is massive. But yeah, I've also got to start on the one, obviously. That makes sense. Start on the Pokemon I want to chain. Is that enough? I guess. Let's just keep going for the furthest at this point. Because I don't know if that affects rarity. It's also nighttime, so it looks terrible. But yeah, and then I need to either, if I knock them out, I cap out, I think it's 73, like a 73% chance of not breaking the chain. But then if I catch, it goes up to like 93. So yeah, that's what I learned. I now know how to PaneyeRewind hunt. It's honestly not the one I got the most into, just because, well, one, I didn't really like these games, and the games that it was in, I wasn't really shiny hunting at the time. Because I think, like I mentioned actually in the Live Index video, I started on like Sun and Moon, which was, I want to say the generation afterwards, because I can't remember if X and Y had any PaneyeRewind. I did bits of it, but I actually got bored because of the annoying, like, if you go 4 spaces away. Yeah, that was like a random, how do I make like a generic emote that's still valid to like the channel? I was like, just make it a friggin' pan-shaped heart, or heart-shaped pan. Just anything pan. I've got to somehow work in a panda at some point. Which I've said that. How haven't I worked in a panda into any of them? Yeah, it's the weird thing of trying to make it so small but still recognizable. But still not generic enough that you might as well just use the default. Which is just a nice little insight into graphic design in general. It's thinking of way the thing you're making is actually going to be used. It's one of the most important things. Let's go for one of these. That's a stunky. And what did I say? I'm going to be terrible with this timer. It's there. It's still on 0. But, hey, if I make a video of this, no one will know. It's fine. It's all an illusion after all. It's just a good thing that I haven't actually started the hunt. I'm still just trying to set it up. I was surprised considering the amount of people you see using it, because this is just the generic live split timer that everyone uses, how customizable it is, and I was just happy that I could get my font working. It's just that nice little personal touch. And just weirdly comforting for me seeing my own handwriting as a timer. Like, yay! Although I really need to redo my font. Because since I first made it, it needs... There are issues with it from when I've been using it. Just that nice little personal touch that just makes it a bit different to the generic crap. Because everyone can use like Calibri font or whatever. But no one's got my handwriting. I was thinking at some point I might put like that font up for like a download if anyone wanted it. I was like, no, I like it just being a me thing. Other people have put up handwriting fonts. Use them. Which, speaking of video bits, I finally freaking got round to recording the voiceover for the Alchemy video and started the edit today. Which I'm really happy with how it's going so far. So hopefully there should be a video at some point. I'm hoping this week, maybe next week. The release will actually depend on like how I want to do the SEO and what's coming out and stuff like that and targeting. Because I have to think about all that if I want stuff to do well, rather than just when I release the first video. It's like, yeah, I just hope it gets views. But I'm not too bothered. Now I actually wanted to kind of kick off because it means I could leave. I could leave my job if it keeps going well. I just need to keep up the momentum because the Live Index video is currently losing its momentum now. It took a while to lose it though. Surprised. And I've got a few... Oh my god, my shiny decks, I've got a few towards it. Because I think at the end of the last stream, I've actually got notes here. I had Bulbasaur, Caterpie, and I was missing Weedle for the line. So I caught a Weedle and then I caught 2 Pidgeys. So I've now got 4 videos to throw together, or 4 shorts for the shiny deck. So I've made decent progress on it, to be fair. Like, I'm at the point where I might actually be getting shinies faster than I can make videos about them. Given that, you know, I've only got all my time outside of work to make them. Which isn't much. Especially when the other time outside of work is just spent trying to deal with the landscapers like it was yesterday. Which, thankfully, I thought they were going to be here today, and I was like, oh, maybe I've made a stupid decision pushing the stream off till today. No, they said they'd be back Monday, and I was like, oh, thank God they're going to be back Monday, because it gives me quiet time today to do this without them in the background and the diggers and everything. Am I gonna get this bronzer anytime soon though? I'm gonna go for one closer for once. What percentage is bronzer? Bronzer? I keep saying bronzer, and that's not the way I've ever said that name. Oh my god, it's freaking out now. Okay, how about, let's see, playback options, advanced. Is there any way for me to just turn that off? I mean, I could just pause it. Because you can literally hear my CPU chugging. And I can see it chugging. Does it look like that on stream as well? Is it just looking terrible for me? I don't know why specifically. I must have been like when it was encoding a video last night. For some reason, just this morning, it's freaked out. I'm just gonna rewatch the stream. It is actually jumping. I might just have to, let's say, a higher player. That might be better. This is such a, not as smooth of a stream as I was hoping for today. Which I might have to sort it before next Wednesday. So good. I'm so proud of them. Like I said to Bud, if you've got any ideas for more, throw them at me because you had some solid ones. I'm still trying to work out how to do like a hydrate emote, which I was smart today. I do actually still have a glass of water which I should put over there so I remember. A dash bun wouldn't be a bad one. It's alright. Not to worry about that. Not so far. To be fair, I've still got some of like the tier 2, tier 3 emotes. Yeah. Definitely. Especially the little animation. It's a good suggestion because I was like, oh, I could just do like a little static coffee mug. Wait, did I throw a repel down? And now you can use them on whatever you want. But yeah, like I said, I've still got some like tier 2, tier 3 emotes. And considering I think Bud is the only tier 3, I think he did. I might as well just do it as like, I might do it as a tier 2 just in case you ever want to drop it down. Or if you want it to be a tier 3, I can do a tier 3 dash emote. But yeah, I've had a pretty good weekend, to be fair. Being productive. Baked and cold. Yeah, I've definitely not got the repel on. I just realised, what's Dashpun's ability? Because I'm sure it's like... Dashpun. Dashpun's ability might be very fit. Yeah, oven baked. It is perfect for you. You are a Dashpun. Or well baked. You are well baked. Fits perfectly. Oh, god damn it. Didn't put the repel up, I got distracted. To be fair, you need some of those weekends. They feel super productive when you have the admin weekends, even though they're all the jobs you don't want to do. Oh, I thought you were saying it to Ray. You are a Dashpun. Like, in essence, you are well baked. That is your ability right now. Well baked, but very cold. It just fits. You don't realise it, it's slowly coming to fruition. You are slowly turning into a Dashpun. Oh, I was thinking about this. Because I was remembering like all the nicknames we had. I was like, you've cemented something, but I can't remember what was the name I came up with. Nah, I shouldn't stop talking. I mean, I could. It'd be a very easy stream for me, to be honest. Oh, what was it? It's gonna kill me, and I'd have to actually look back through the VODs to remind me. Because I had your role, and why did the... That's actually a good one, Mind Reader. You're an Alakazam. This, I mean, technically I haven't started the hunt. I don't know why the... Oh, I know why. It's set to enter in a search something. Oh, god damn it. Okay, so I can't press the enter key at all. That's a good thing to know. Yeah, so, solo W, not an L in the slightest. I mean, the fact that I haven't found a Bronzor yet is a solid L. Again, if a video comes to this, no one will know. If the stream survives, people may know. To be fair, it was... Oh, what one? I think it was like an Alpha Rad video I was watching. It was like, anyone who watched the stream, it was our little in-joke, but this is how it actually went. I mean, if you share it, pretty much. Share, like, follow, rate, and whatever the stream. I don't know. Whatever kids do these days. I just try and find the differently coloured little animals in a game. I don't know. I'm about 50 in my head. And if it makes any sense, I think like a child, but act like an old fella. My humour is like pee pee poo poo fart jokes. Body of a Greek god, but act like an old Greek fella. Sitting there in the sun, baking my skin away, playing backgammon with a beer and a cigarette in hand. That'd be a lot of detail for an emote. But could I make it work? Maybe. I might be that good. God, it's so jumpy. This is a listening stream, if any. Just the bit you can see of a Greek god, all below is just like... I like to think it, like, forget the body bit, that wasn't a mess up. You don't have to correct yourself. It is purely my ego of a Greek god. In reality, I'm just like a slug of a person. Which isn't far off. I've been so lazy with exercise and everything in the last few weeks. I've done more steps in this game than I've done in real life. And I didn't do the rappel. Didn't flex, that's just naturally swole. I don't know what you're talking about. Just gotta jump in earlier, that's a thing. Gotta join the Discord community and get the notifications. God, I hate all this stuff. Just treat it like a group chat. I hate talking about it like that. It actually makes me cringe. Like, I can't even say it jokingly. Like, I was setting it all up and I was thinking, it's not going to be a full-on thing. It's just to you know. There we go. And, and I messed it up. I did it for the joke and I messed it up, god damn it. And I still, oh my god. Can I type today? There we go. Hey, I can type, guys. I can type. See, I'd be tempted. Do I make that a freaking a command as well? No, I'd be tempted for that, but also I use the streams for video content. And honestly, if there's one of my pet peeves is watching someone who stream the content, but then there's like big obnoxious emotes and gifs and stuff all over it. And then even when they like punch into the screen, you can still see like a corner of it. So I just prefer it being all clean, if I'm honest, just for that reason. If I was only streaming, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I haven't really been using it. I mean, to be fair, I never really used it in the first place. It was just like a, oh, I'm single, I have to use it. That's such a dad joke, oh my god. I mean, I could be an OnlyFans streamer, but I'd be the only person on OnlyFans streaming normal stuff. Whether that will get more, I don't know. We're just in one big polyamorous what's a word I'm looking for? Parasocial relationship. There we go. I know big words. Yeah, I remember that. It's like one of those weird origin stories, like the fact that Fortnite originally wasn't like a battle royale game, and people are like, what? Yeah, Thruple, I'm never sure how you spell it because I've never actually had to learn. I've got some real jealous girlfriend vibes going on. I mean, jealous boyfriend vibes, jealous it vibes. We're not going to assume gender. As long as those fetishes are tame, I can do it. You want some hot wrist action? I've got it. Maybe a bit of ankle. Ooh, naughty Victorian woman vibes. Ooh. That's the kind of audience I cater to. Like, old Victorian age women. Hugs and cuddles? Oh, can do those all day. Hugs and cuddles. Maybe a hand anywhere except above the knee or below the waist. And you got the super effective one. I mean, shiny action can do. Grab the oil out, I'll be as shiny as I need to be. I should shut up. I really should sometimes. Like, I'll keep rolling with a joke and then realise about half an hour later. My God, this is not going well. I'm just hearing the music stuttering. Yeah, I mean, you did. You're not wrong. The only thing is, I don't listen to you or myself until it's too late, apparently. That might be it. I just got like a random inbuilt love tester into the hug. Also, I wonder what my... I'm just gonna randomly do this because I'm curious what it'll be. Oh, halfway. I'm just curious what my chances are because I need to even just find a bronzer at this rate because I know you can find it. Just code something so well in Nightbot that I can actually test relationships. Like, it scrapes all your Facebook pages and Discords and Twitters, everything. Just in one simple command. Don't need to make apps. Apps are old news. I found a bronzer here before. It's been... Often the time has stopped. You know what? Why? Oh, I know why you hit enter. I was putting in the commands, wasn't I? Well, that needs to not be a global. Let's just call this a soft reset while I take off global hotkeys. So if I'm clicked into this, will it enter work? No. But then it resets to there. Okay. This is such a shit show of a stream. We might have to do a redo at some point. Yeah, God, the only thing people use Facebook for nowadays is literally Messenger. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, and X. Sorry, not Twitter. I mean, yeah. Redo on Wednesday if I can get my computer to stop freaking out. If not, I might just... Because it's only OBS. I don't know what it is. I might just have to re-download it. Yeah, or Facebook Marketplace, to be fair. The Craigslist of the UK. / almost just becoming what Craigslist was. Because it's literally just... It's only where people buy the dodgiest of things from. Because if I'm going to buy something secondhand, I'll go to like CX or Game. I was going to say GameStop. It's not a thing. Game or like Amazon or somewhere. Like, try not to do Amazon because, you know, huge corporations. Not like Game and CX aren't. Yeah, or people say sell at a price and then say then like it's a hard price and they'll still try and be bargained down by someone. It's like where half of those posts on like choosing beggars Reddit come from. It's like people on Facebook Marketplace. It's like, oh, I'm giving this away for free. And they're like, oh, you don't deliver? And it's like, yeah, because it's free. It's so funny. I love it. You just gotta like every now and again drop in. You can't like live there for a week or so. Like pick a day a month that you go in and there's some gold. It doesn't until you've worked retail for any amount of time. You're like, oh yeah, people are the worst. Like that is actually a sign that I want when people come into my house. Depending on the day I'm having, I wanted to either say like, people are the worst. Hey, let's go, Majora. I wanted to either say like, people are the worst or I hate people. Like depending on the day. Because they have very subtly different meanings. How's your weekend been so far? Probably been better than mine, because was that... Oh. I thought that was a blank message, it just took a while to load the email. Oh, because Bud just went mad on the first affiliate stream and just gifted 20 gift subs. So I think it went to... I think, because I was reading through it, I think it goes from the first followers up. Oh yeah, 1,500 bits. Which, I wish you would have waited, because I've now got the bit emotes for them, so you could have got like little shiny charms. Yeah, my weekend's been good. Oh yes, I finally found a bronzo. Thing is, I'm going to mess up this chain somehow. Yeah, my weekend's been good, been productive. Got a fair few video bits done, got garden landscaping all done. It's been so productive, and tons of coffee, yes. I've needed tons of coffee. Oh, I love how it looks. And so good. I'm so proud of them, even though they're like stupidly simple graphics. I quite literally just had an idea and shot them out. They work so well. We hope we find a shiny bronzo soon. Out down. Nah, you keep saying you messed up. I think your mess ups are actually better. I out down myself. Like it's almost like a double down on yourself. Which sounds wrong out of context. Okay, now if I remember rightly, I think I've just got to keep chaining them, essentially. I think that's how it works from here. And always just go for the furthest away. The XP sack was actually the first one I made. I think it needs to be a little more obvious that it says XP is the only thing, so I might mess with it. Because the others seem to be fairly readable while they're small. That just needs to be a little bit bigger. Which, to be fair, the bigger the XP sack, the better. The more XP you get in that sack, which means the quicker you level up. Which means the quicker I can evolve friggin... the quicker I would have been able to evolve that monkey in the first stream. Glad you're enjoying the emotes, by the way. I can think of a few people. I'm sure that's a sign of certain diseases. Or infections. Definitely had a couple lads through school who literally were Mr. Big Bollocks and they had issues. Let's see what my chain's up to. Hey, it actually just showed my chain. I'm so... Also... literally... Oh, God, those... Do I want to tell this one? it's a weird, not a weird ass story, a weird ball story. So just one day this lad comes in and, like I said, they were fairly swollen. He kept telling everyone he was weirdly proud of it. Wasn't even like one of like the autistic kids or like had any like mental issues. Apparently fairly normal lad. Just telling everyone about it. I pee that day, so you know he was like all about the place, so proud. Then we get to the media lesson, and of all places, you wouldn't think something like this would come up in a media lesson. He's just standing there, and he's like, "Miss, what's that on the board?" And we're like, he hasn't. He's not doing that, is he? Like, sorry, sitting down first. We're like, he's not going to do it. Stands up, standing next to her. It's just out. He's unzipped, and there's just big old thing in your eye right there. I'm like, tell you what, if it wasn't out right then, I would have thought this fella's got fucking huge balls for doing that. It's one of the weirdest stories I've got from school. Oh, don't put two of them next to each other. My babies, don't misuse them. Big old shiny balls. Yeah, he was a weird kid. I don't know where he had the confidence to do that either. I think it was one of those, like, I'll be confident until people call me out on it, and then I'll double down on my confidence. And then I imagine he just went home and cried himself to sleep. No worries. You can chill. I just scream really loud if I find the shiny. Which I don't even know. I did. I literally just did. Good damn it, Ray. An extra one for you. Literal sip though. Okay, what chain am I up to? I haven't broke it yet. Nope, I'm up to 7. Just set it on loop. Just to in the chat every 5 minutes. It seems like my computer's actually leveled off now. I'm not noticing as many stutters. Although my CPU is still pegged at like 70%. What else is he doing? Oh. I have to get the crap out my throat. I did realise like last minute today. I was like, oh, the Rillaboom Raider failed like a week ago. The last day of it was today. So rather than being productive and getting bits of like the Alchemy Form video done, I jumped on and got 2 Rillabooms with the Mightiest Mark finally. I just apparently just set up like an Iron Hands and a Flutter Mane. And I was good. So thank God I finally got that out the way. And that was after I was sorting all like... So, I lied, I actually stopped working on the Alchemy video way earlier than that. Because I was sorting a load of camping bits. Because I can't remember if I said it on stream. But I had the idea for that, like, let's go... So I was thinking, like, I might actually do Let's Go as soon as I can stop. But, like, let's go somewhere and, like, be there until I get a shiny. I actually booked a camping trip and I've, like, bought... I still had a load of camping stuff from, like, when I used to be in the Scouts and that. Some of it got a bit old and unusable. So I bought some extra stuff. But yeah, I've now got all that. Got my tent, sleeping bag, roll mats, tables, stoves. All that stuff ready to go. Pans. So I'm looking forward to it. That should be like the end of the month that I end up going on that trip. It should be fun. I've just got to really figure out battery solutions, where I've got 2 of like the Switch anchor batteries, which should be fine. I'll just take 2 switches. So I've got 2 full batteries, one of them being the old Switch with the worst battery. So I'll start on that one. And then I've just actually got to keep my phone alive for 2 days after that. Because I do need to get back, because it's somewhere in Wales that I can't pronounce the name of. So I'll just put it into like Google Maps and drive there. But yeah, I can't actually wait for that, because I've had a few big projects to deliver and work, which has been hell. So as soon as I got paid, I was like, I am booking this time off and I am going somewhere. Even if it's not like a city break. To be fair, I just wanted to go camping for a while. And because I want to do a video with it, it's going to be a camping trip on my own, because not many people know I do Twitch and YouTube. And I don't want to like subject them to it or be like, hey, I'm recording now, can you just be quiet? Eventually, maybe. Thankfully, this stuff does not. Was I? No, I was going to say, was I just not paying attention? You can't throw me off like that, Majora. I genuinely thought I just zoned out and missed a shiny. You can't be doing that to me. I know it's a very vivid green. Hopefully soon. I haven't checked if I actually broke the chain. I shouldn't have broke the chain. But I know it can keep going, but the chain will break. But you can still keep going with the same Pokemon. I mean, Majora, if you do like exclamation shiny, you can try and get a chance for a shiny me. It's full odds, but like recent full odds, 4096. I gotta go for this one. I've actually got a... Just if you don't know, I'm working out the patches. I've got an overlay on a screen that I can see for me, so I can see how many spaces specifically they are away. Just so I don't stupidly like miscount and go for like a 3 away instead of 4 and end up breaking the chain because of it. And thankfully it's not like the actual Gen 4 Pokeradar where they only like flash once. Or at least I think they only flash once. I will actually have to go back and check them, because I've got my fresh copy of Diamond to go through, which I think the Shiny Charm is only in like Gen 5 onwards, so I only have to finish it. Yeah, I got the whole gang here. We're just missing orange of like the regulars. Probably out being social. That was the... Okay, I can't remember the name. I thought Fire Ray, but it was something to do with the water. Something to do with like the hydration monitor or something. Which, to be fair, if your ability wasn't Mind Reader, it would definitely be Hydrate. Or Hydration. Whatever I think it's Vaporeon's hidden ability is. Which I want to look it up, but actually no, I can look it up on my phone and I won't hit enter. Although I will apparently accidentally turn off my screen with the game on. Oh, the freaking chain broke. Well, time to restart that and find Bronzor again. Let's have a look. Vaporeon. I'm confident that it's like Vaporeon's hidden ability. Let's go on the website to look this up. Bulbapedia, because it loads like terrible. Hydration, hidden ability. I knew it. I have stupid pointless knowledge for things For some reason, that gives me pride. You're taking over Ray's job. You're going to take his hydration monitor title from him. Okay. Hopefully this one's quick. Go for that. True. So true. Can't believe it's been almost an hour already. I assumed with the PokeRadar stuff I'd have at least one by now. Didn't realise that it'd be this slow just trying to find it. But it is like apparently a 10% encounter. But this is the only place I can do it for Bronzo. And it shows up really quick this time, so thank God. Okay, now I've just got to keep the chain going. I'm also just launching Paws. Paws? No, I'm not just launching a load of fellas called Paul. I'm launching a load of balls at him because he's only level 15. And I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. I keep forgetting to get my false swiper out. And I don't know if that breaks a chain if I go into menus. Because I know even just getting on your bike breaks a chain. Which is stupid. Like, it kind of makes sense coding wise, but if you're going to put something in like this, at least do stuff to account for it. Okay. But menu or boxes. Because I have to go into a box for my false swiper. That's the bit I was curious about. Because I'm assuming menus don't, because the menus, I noticed something weird with them. Which is the fact that nighttime is just an adjustment overlay layer. Because if you go into the menu, it actually looks like day again. If I remember it rightly, unless he fixed it. Yeah, it's a weird one. Have they fixed it? No, they haven't. So you can see kind of when I go into the menu, it looks like day. If you look over to the left, mainly the right doesn't. But then the colour changes when I go out the menu. Because of the way the overlays are. No, wait, where was I? Oh, I almost broke it by going to the wrong one. Well, not almost broke it. It may have still kept to it. But I need to constantly go to the fourth. Or 4 away. The fourth one. Specifically, watch it frame by frame and the fourth one that spawns. My eyes are just that quick. Shame about my brain. My brain's a bit slow. Tell you what, if I fail this or like break this chain, I might test the box theory. Just like get a chain of 1 and then see if it breaks it. If I can get at least one of these this stream at this point. Oh, thank God there's one in this patch of grass. It is still stupid that they leave like a 7% chance, even if you do everything in your power to not break the chain. Which I'm just keep thinking of the Fleetwood Mac song now. Just need like an acoustic rendition in the background just to get me through the hunt. And I also need to keep an eye on the... on that. There you go. So still on the hunt for. This one would actually be a hidden ability one. Because if the grass like is a lot... I just want to say fluffier. If there's a lot more grass in the rustle, it's a hidden ability. So many random things that it's one. The only thing I've done this with is guitar, but the amount of stuff I've learned today that I actually learned before but forgot, so I relearned it. is ridiculous. Just trying to remember how this method works. And then breaking the chain anyway. I'm not going to go for any hidden ability ones. Just to be safe. Because that's ridiculous. That's 2 chains now. 2 chains! Don't know any 2 chain songs. Can't be relevant to the kiddos. Even though he's definitely not what the kids are listening to these days. Is he even still making music thinking about it? 2 Chainz still around? I don't think so. Tell you what, let's catch one of these. And let's chain it and see if the box breaks it. I mean, that's definitely caught now. Watch me end this with nothing. Let's go for the furthest away. And catch this one, and then let's see if the box breaks the chain. I feel like just for good luck, I need to get one of the guitars off the wall and start playing the chain. Just a bit of doom, doo doo doom, doo 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 doom doom. Has that got a chain? Yeah, okay. So if I go into boxes, I can still hear the music. Do I actually have a full swiper on this? It's actually a better question. I don't think I have a full swiper. Unless it's a... Because it'd be a Gallade if anything, because that's usually the one I go to. How does search work? I don't think I've ever used it. Pokemon species. Gallade. Search. Oh, it highlights them. Okay, that's actually really useful. It's a level 60, but does it have full swipe? It doesn't. I don't think I had a full swiper in these games, which is actually surprising. I could probably teach it, but that's a lot of effort right now. And that's still going. So let's go for one of these. And then if I catch it, will it? I still saw in the corner that I had the chain. And at some point I'm going to get tired of saying the chain. It's already stopped sounding like a word. Or like a phrase. Chain still sounds like a word. And the or the never sounds like a word. If you say it on its own, it just doesn't sound like a word. Yeah, it still keeps the chain. It's a shame I don't want I don't want this chain, so let's just reset that. What's this on Twitch? What's it notifying me? Mobile live dashboard. I don't care. Although that might be useful considering my computer's trying to jump out the window. Or set itself on fire. I don't know. I figured how to get computer temps up. Although I really should check, just in case that is the issue, and I've got to reapply thermal paste. / just buy myself a new computer. Just not think about it, throw it on credit. And then cry myself to sleep. Bronzo straight off, thank God. It was a good reset. This is the one. I'm calling that this is the one. Oh, and I'm just gonna just so you can see what I'm working with. Hopefully this works. Get that up, okay, so I can see the chain. So basically what I'm doing on my end that I just haven't got on the stream is I've got this grid up so I can see exactly how far away they are. So I'm just always going for the ones on the green line. Which, let's take that off for views, but put it back on for me. I'm trying my best to not fail this. Which I may still end up having to chain some tonight. If I don't end up getting it. I want to say, do I want to put a time limit? I want to say before 11ish. Around 11ish is when I should actually get off and start prepping stuff for work tomorrow. Because sadly it's not the end of the month and I don't get to go camping. But I've actually got a busy couple of months thinking about it. Busy couple of months but some nice breaks in between. I'm only now realising I've got, like, after my camping trip, a week and a bit, and then I'm off to my friend's wedding, like mid-September. So I go from being like super busy to then just my relaxed time before the busy Christmas rush. Because market around Christmas gets busy. Like no matter what you do. You work in retail, you're trying to sell stuff. You work in, let's just randomly say, a care company for no particular reason. People get ill and need care. Like, no matter what you do marketing wise, you're always going to be busy. Is there any time that wouldn't apply? If you work in a record label, you're going to try and sell records, which is technically kind of a retail still position. I think it's just a universal truth. Let's go for the corner. I think the chain's actually failing because I'm going for the corners. I should go for the ones with the more spaces to spawn. I think I'm learning. I might be learning. I'm getting smarter. Which is weird. I shouldn't be getting smarter. If I stay dumb, the content stays better. As if it started good, let's be honest. It's sheer luck / dumb determination is why it might have any like semblance of being good. Don't knock it out. I mean, I still could knock it out, I think. But I'm just keeping with catching them because it gives me a nice tally. Even though technically the chain on the radar, sorry, I'm going through puberty, really late stage. You know, have you ever had a late COVID? How about like super late puberty? Or like, God, dude. I am just dumb, aren't I? Late COVID, long COVID, and long puberty. You know what they say about long puberty, though? It's a bitch. So dumb. Please just send me a shiny soon so I can talk about something other than long puberty. I'm coughing down my throat. I do need a drink. I haven't got Ray here to remind me. And then my throat's drying up. Bud, you're not taking up the mantle. Terrible this. Ray gets to keep his title. No one's taken it from him so far. Come on, give me 2. What am I up to, chain-wise? My double digits, not quite yet. Should do this one. That gives me more patches of grass. This will bring me up to 9. Next one will be double digits. And I forget how the odds work on the chain amount. That's something I probably should look up. What would I call it? BDS? PSP apparently. BDSP. PokeRadar chain odds, I guess. Shiny Pokemon and shiny rates. Oh, so so I'm aiming for 40 plus. So I'm still like 1 in 1,000 right now. They hit double digits technically right now. I'm in 1 in 2,521. They full odds though. Wicked Radar isn't affected by the shiny charm. Yeah. Because nothing in this game is affected by the shiny charm except the Masuda method. Really annoyingly. Okay. Come on. And it's still there, thank God. That one, I think, doesn't give me a ton in hindsight. Shouldn't really go for corners. I should go for edges over corners, because it gives me half instead of a quarter of the grass to try and like respawn them. Because I'm assuming that's why they fail. It doesn't find a valid spawn point. Use payback even though I didn't attack it. You smart. You loyal. You purdy. I've also got to get off at like 11ish. Hey, Jane's still gone. Gotta get off at 11ish because I do want to get more video bits done today because I'm actually kind of enjoying the alchemy video edit. I was editing through, I was like, yeah, I'm really kind of liking this because of weirdly, as much as I do this, recording the VO is a bit that I don't actually like. I don't mind writing the script, I don't mind editing it all together, I don't mind recording it, but the voiceover recording bit is the most annoying. Not because I've technically got to hear myself back, because I've got to do that in the edit. But it's just the amount of stupid mess ups you do while you're recording it. Thankfully, I seem to be getting better and like I'll just power through mess ups. And I maybe do it like once or twice and then get on to the next line. Oh. How did that end it? I mean, at this point, do I just Masuda the friggin' thing? My exact. I mean, what are the odds for Masuda? 1 in hundreds. It's a valid option. What would be fast? I mean, I could technically race it, but I'd have to pay attention to like 2 games at once. Unless any of you want to jump on and like randomly Masuda or Bronzor. But that is a long shot. Just randomly logging into Quest for the daily bonus. Literally just to collect points and get off it. There we go. after 2 seconds after spending that game payday. Back to stage 1. They couldn't have just done it, so four patches away, 4 distance in a square will be 100%. No, that'd be too easy, would it? Nah, let's just make it very slight chance that it breaks. Even if it's just the base odds, where like the 93% chance, but then if you have a catching charm, it ups it to 100. Like you put in the extra effort, you get the 100% for the PokeRadar. Like the catching charm just has that extra effect. That would have been great. Reward people for putting in more work. Nah. 7% chance to just screw you over. Let's go you. And then every time I fail, I've got to hunt for the 10%. Hunt for the 10% to try and find the less than 1% afterwards. And run in circles until I do. Get me steps in. Just still haven't actually done it. Have I done today? It's maybe one of the few days where, and they were all actually on 4. Maybe one of the few days where I actually have got the steps in. So I've done a fair bit of walking around. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've done more driving than I've done walking. Literally went to pick up a takeaway that's like round the corner and still drove. Lazy ass. Although, in my defense, if I'm picking up a takeaway, I'm making a commitment to drive there to be unhealthy. 2 unhealthy decisions in a row. That's just keeping on brand. And then I chose to sit here for like 2 or so hours trying to hunt a shiny Pokemon. That's more commitment to being unhealthy. And isn't that really what it's about? No fear of commitment. I guess. It's what I've been told. Apparently that's what people want. Out of any type of relationship. Casual, serious, parasocial, whatever it is. I feel like I've used the word parasocial so much. Big P word. It's just kind of become funny to me. I get that it's a serious issue, but also it's just funny. Because most people, there is a very like solid line of people who do and don't realize. Some people are very aware of what a parasocial relationship is, and then other people find it bronzo. And other people just don't, and they're just so in their own little world. Just like this bronzo's going to be in the Pokeball. Oh no. No. It's been fine. I should just stop chatting crap. Hey, hi Mango, cheers for the raid. How's it going? How's the stream? That is an interesting emote. What is that? How's everyone going? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? Strap in for the failed chain. I mean, you picked a great moment. I just failed another shiny chain. Shiny chain? PokeRadar chain? Great time to drop in. What have you just come from? What was Smooth doing on stream? Probably something more interesting. Yeah, perfect timing. I mean, that just means you're back at the start. And like, Paleo, that cut off. Oh no, Paleo. Oh, nice. It's so annoying. Like, honestly, it might actually. I am tempted to maybe load up. I was gonna say a something chill like Stardew, and just play that and do this in the background, but still have the timer going. Might actually have a look at that. I need another game like that to fill my life. I can't quite go back to Animal Crossing after it was like my COVID game. Just PTSD with it. Story. I've heard of stories. I've probably definitely seen story seasons actually. To Google. Google will remind me if I've seen this. Because I've got the memory of a goldfish. Yes, I've definitely seen this. It was on one of the Nintendo Directs, wasn't it? Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Oh, that reminds me. I said Nintendo Direct. After the last stream when I was trying to remember, like, I was like, Pokemon something, Pokemon announcement, Pokemon news. What was it? I was like, oh, friggin' okay, fine, yes, my voice is going. I was like, literally days later, like 3 days later, I went in my head, because I was actually in work at the time. It's like, Pokemon Direct! I was like, that's what it was. Which, that's this Tuesday, isn't it? So hopefully we get some DLC news. Because I need to know more about it. I need something new. Ooh. Someone just dropped a comment. That's actually an interesting one. What's someone commenting about? Oh, someone's commenting on how to get Meltan faster after I complained about it in my video. Not like how to get shiny Meltan, which is one of the rare shinies that I still need to get. So annoyingly. I keep every so often, I'll just Google shiny Meltan. Like, shiny Meltan Pokemon Go and just see if there's any events. But apparently there was like one last year and then a few months before that, another one that I missed. Which, I'm so glad I didn't miss the Goldengo one. Although I would have actually liked to have got a fourth one. Not giving away the third one. So I had ones for my own games to use and then ones to just like leave in the shiny decks. Rather than just having both of them kind of stuck in the shiny decks. Because I don't think I'm ever going to pull them out. It's like anything in the living decks. I'm not really ever going to pull stuff out of there. Even if it's like mythicals or that. It's just going to be... I'm just going to go and catch new ones. Mainly because it saves me transferring them between and it's a bit more interesting to go catch new ones and build them from scratch. Rather than trying to retool ones you've got. I'm curious what they're going to announce in the Pokemon Direct though. Because I'm assuming at least a date for the first DLC. That's a safe bet. Maybe a date for the second DLC. At a push, maybe a trailer. Because they've said... I want to say they've said something big. I might be pulling that up my ass in all honesty. Let's go to this corner. Let's actually see. To Google again, because I've got to do this on my phone because I can't hit enter. Otherwise it stops the timer. For anyone who doesn't know. It wasn't there for me messing up the timer like 3 or 4 times and resetting it to 0. When I was failing to type in my own commands. Which, let's set this off. Go to the top. And then very unapologetically just Oh, I wonder what one of my commands is. Very unapologetically. Oh look, they work. I've also got others. If you do like exclamation commands, you can see all the others I've got. You can go hug people, tell me to drink some damn water because I'm terrible with it, which now, oh, why is the frame rate on the game is being terrible right now. I am surprised it's got like an hour and a half into the stream before it's actually dying. What's my CPU pegged at? 72? God, you can actually hear the stuttering in the sound. I feel like that's been half of me complaining, is me going, oh, the stuttering, and it's being terrible. My computer wants to commit seppuku. Wants to commit Sekiro. Trying to die twice at once and go for the record. And I wanted to do the repel then. Please inputs. Please work. I think the highest I've got this combo up to is 12. I don't even know what I've done extra to actually make it go slower. Maybe if I click into OBS. Maybe it just doesn't like being unfocused. I think that's what it is. I think OBS just doesn't like me unfocusing it, because if I click out now. Wait. It slows down. Click in. I've got frame rate. It just doesn't. Okay, I figured it out. I still don't like how high the CPU is. But after an hour and a half, I figured that I just need to click into the window to get it to work. Yeah, still no shinies. I got up to a catch combo of 12. Honestly, if it gets to about... I want to get my next chain. If my next chain fails, I might just jump into Let's Go and start chaining there. To go for one of my others. Just to catch the raiders that jumped in. I'm trying to reclaim shinies that I've either lost or just never gotten or failed over the years. Which are... The one I'm going for now is Bronzor. Because my first full odds shiny... I say full odds... My first shiny anyway, other than like Gyarados, was a Bronzong in Diamond. And then the other one is a Dugtrio that I knocked out while I was grinding levels in XY. Just half asleep, not paying attention, not fully aware of what was a shiny and what was a gender difference. So I smartly did that. Hey, next chain. Okay, we fail this, we jump into Let's Go. And then the last one is just one that I never got, which is a Nidoran male. Which I was doing the catch combo method wrong, because that's what everyone thought you had to do. Which was just get a catch combo with 31 and wait for stuff to spawn with a lure on. Nope. Turns out you actually get the higher odds. One with a shiny charm, but two if you keep catching, and then the next one after that will spawn in like a 1 in 273. Yeah, a 1 in 273. Everything else is normal 1 in 1024. There's so many random numbers I've got in my head. That's far away. This overlay is so helpful, telling me distances. And I know I called the last one, but this chain's going to be the one. This is going to be the one that gives me the shiny Bronzor. It's going to get me up to 40. And then I'm going to be able... I don't know, I chat empty for you. It's weird. Yeah, everything's been... popping up on stream and looking fine. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Twitch is just being weird. To be fair, it was having a fit the other day. Did it go down the other day, or was it just having like connection issues? Because that was while I was doing all like the graphic bits and I was struggling to upload stuff. But then I also had a stream up on the side. That was like having random like disconnects or people were struggling to connect to the stream. It's odd. I don't know. Okay, that's fine at least. Yeah, I think that was yesterday actually. It was a weird one for Twitch. Because I've actually been getting into watching more streamers just while I like crack on with longer stuff. Whether it's shiny hunts or like projects. I'm going through that phase of like stuff I watch at the minute. Been watching either live streams or VODs of live streams now. Even though I rarely dipped out of them for a while. There's that, and like in work when I want to come off slightly less nerdy than I usually am. Just because, excuse me, everyone else isn't. So I gotta watch normal shows, but I've just been like cracking through Bob's Burgers as like my normie show. Actually, that'll give me more chances, I think. That's such a good show. Like, I've only ever seen it random episodes on, I want to say like BBC Three or whatever it was on, and then I just stopped watching normal TV and just never caught it. But I've never thought any episode was bad when I was watching it, so I was like, let's just watch through it. It's so good. What am I up to at the minute? I think I've watched it like 3 seasons, just powering through. While I've been like editing pictures and videos and work. Oh my god. Little bug on my mic. Really? That's the 4th one away? Well, we're going for that one. Where's my continue watching? Season 3, episode 11. I'm up to. Oh, I'm really apprehensive now. Because there's not many patches of grass around it, which isn't great for continuing a chain. Oh, I was wondering what an atta dance was, but then it's the way my overlay is that you can't see. Took me actually reading chat. I was like, oh, I haven't met them. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do an attendance check. Oh, thank God these were bringing me back into these patches of grass. Yeah, I'd like, again, like if you didn't see, I'll bring it up on stream for you. I've got this little overlay up and it just cut off your chat perfectly to where I just didn't read it right. My little grass patch distance checker. An atta dance. The atta dance just... Nah, it doesn't work. I was going to say, would the atta dance just be like a little Kecleon thing? No. I'm just trying to pull something out of thin air there. Just trying to be funny, you know. We're up to 7. 7's good. If we can get to 12, this one's actually got good IVs. Again, I've learned so much from watching videos of like shiny hunting and BDSP today. Because I haven't done it for so long, and I learned that that little close-up at the start means it's got, I want to say good IVs. I didn't actually remember how many, but I learned something that it means it's got better IVs. You need to stay after class and write lines. Can't be that late. Write lines in chat. Write those lines. Get that engagement in. Actually been really good with water today. But my throat feels terrible. I don't know why. Like, my throat's more hydrated than usual. But it is so, like, dry and raspy. And I'm trying not to, like, clear my throat on stream. It took me a second to realize what you're doing. They need to be numbered as well. So it means you can't fully copy and paste it. That's what we like to see. Whether it's true or not. I'll let you fight it out. I only care slightly. To be fair, yeah, can I give you that from here? If Better Twitch TV wants to let me. I'll work on that after stream. I feel like at this point you've kind of earned the VIP. You are literally like the first. Thanks for the support. Just generically whatever I want to do. Even if I'm just trying to like commit mass murder. I should be able to do it. Whether I'm allowed to do it, that's a different thing. But I should be able to do it. Like I was saying, I've got that commitment to whatever it is I want to do, I guess. Yeah, you'll be banned, but you'll have the modern VIP badge. No one will just ever be able to see them. Oh, and I didn't click back into the OBS window. Am I up to double digits now? That would be like cruel and unusual punishment to ban you. But give you all the privileges. If you're a mod, could you like unban yourself? Or does it like when you're banned, does it like remove those privileges from you? Do we test it? Tempted. I mean, but I think we've got to test it, don't we? So a mod can commit like mod suicide. Okay, this is going to be the longest chain. I'm going to go for this one. I love that mod. Like, I don't want to be mod anymore. Unmod! Never watches ever again. Okay, we get one after this. It's the longest chain we've had so far. And I can get my odds back up. They won't be useless. Wait, oh no. Pokemon BDSP Pokeradar. Chain odds. Cerebi. There we go. I've got the odds back up. You've done it before on purpose or by accident? That's the question. Okay, we're on 12. That's 23.41. The good thing is with the Pokeradar, you at least know if you're going into a shiny. Yeah, if it was on accident, it would raise way more questions. Unless you just accidentally tabbed when you typed in /mod. I don't want to go in the chat and type something. Just in case I stop the timer. Fair. It's the equivalent of just like mic drop and out. Okay, 13, 22.59. And that's actually pretty central. I've never had to do that. I mean, to be fair, half the time. Wait. Oh, it doesn't put you... Okay, I've got to fix that command. It doesn't actually put your username in there. I was sure it did. Again, I don't want to type anything. But you're halfway there. 22-11. Which I've got to check the odds on what I'm at now. Really making the most of 5. I want to be like, I won't just do it every time, but every time it's relevant. Like, I always forget. At least that means I know you're not taking the piss with the command. It's a useful command. Okay, 114 is 2185, which is actually really close to what you rolled. Oh, avoid that one. Do the bob and weave. Hit the corner. I'm not actually tired. I'm just like the weird noises I'm trying to do to like clear my throat. I might actually have to take like a second to get more water. Or maybe a hot drink. Might be a coffee time. I think a hot drink might actually help. Coffee, a little bit of honey in it. All good for the vocal cords. Like I say, that it's not a yawn, it's me trying to like not cough my guts up onto the mic pretty much. And like blow it out. Trying to like bring it a deeper breath. Without just going like What would you rather? Me cough me guts out or just like a Let's get the predictions out now. Like the vote and polls out now. They're both, one's weird, one's just a bit abrasive. It's no different really, is it? I know how to do polls. I just can't really type now, as I realised with the timer. I could do polls, predictions, all that kind of stuff now. Polls I could do before. Predictions. If I hit enter, it'll ruin the timer, and I don't know... What is it? Live split. I don't know live split well enough to know how to reset it to the time. I'll learn for next stream. It's literally as soon as I hit enter, it stops it, and I don't know how to restart it. Because enter stops it, but full stop pauses it. Which is what I need. Because if I want to say, this is... Oh. Hello, mouse. Yeah, so full stop pauses it. What one? Let's go for the central one. I just can't. It's less that it won't, more that I don't trust myself. I could trust you all I want, but myself's a whole nother question. And also, can we appreciate the fact that so new non-squeaky chair, because that was actually getting on my nerves. Because I didn't trust a stool to not go bad on me. If I can, I mean, you're not going to be able to see it on stream. The metal bit that the stool is connected to, because it's actually better for my posture if I'm on a stool, because it forces me to sit straight. But the metal bit was actually coming away, which is what the creaking was. And I only noticed one day when I was just like randomly on the floor. I think I was like found bits of glass from when the shelf cracked a while ago. Oh, God. I felt that viscerally. Let's go top. Yeah, that was that long enough that it was a vine. I feel like it was. No, you just know, like, when some things are so, like, visceral, you can imagine how they feel. It's like... Oh, what's the best? I think like cringing. Like, you get secondhand embarrassment because you can imagine how they feel. It's like that, but with like a physical feeling. And this chain is actually getting higher. Watch it break now after I've said that. Like, my friend actually can't watch certain shows because he cringes because he puts himself in the situations. And he just can't not do it. He can't watch It's Always Sunny. Because he just throws himself into the situations and he just like curls up into a ball of like, oh, stop. I just say like, it's just funny, you know. Like, I can empathize with people, but you know, it's funny. What was it? I want to say I was like that with some of the Bob's Burgers episodes where I'm just like, the kids are just little shits. Like, actually not liking bits of the episode because it's like, just tell the kids off. That's all you've got to do. The kids are being idiots. But then this is how good Bob's Burgers is. It actually gets me to empathize and like the kids sometimes, which is a high ask for me. That's something that's hard to do. Actually get me to like kids even when they're being like loud and obnoxious. What? Ooh, that one. Ooh, that one. Ooh, maybe it's that one. Can't imagine it. Like, I only like cartoon kids. And even then, the kids being played by adults, so are they really kids? Who knows, who cares? I'll take it. At least when I talk to people, I can say, oh, yeah, occasionally I like kids. Like, I don't hate all kids. Because, you know, you've got to come off normal at some point. I think I've only ever been called normal by someone who didn't know me, like, once. Yeah, that in a nutshell. Reason 1, I don't like kids. Reason 2, kids ruin your life. It all ends up being the same point. Eventually, maybe at some point. I'm not fully ruled out to kids. Just not now. At some point down the road, I'm not ruling them out, just not now. Especially after I was leaving to like grab some food before and saw the guy who was moving in next door and he was like, oh my god, the house was like in a state. What were they like? Like asking about like the previous people who were in there. Because he was moving in, he owns the place. The people were just renting it from him. Like, oh, they were, you know. Wait, what? I mean, they're making the babies a fun bit. Well, it depends. Like, in a gay relationship, making the baby ain't the fun bit. Yeah, I was like, the kids were kind of like a little bit loud. And, like, you could hear them running around. And he's like, oh, it makes sense. The house was left in a state and there was so much broken stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Because I'm assuming the mum and dad didn't go around breaking all the stuff and like whacking the stairs and putting holes in walls. Then again, thinking about it, I didn't actually meet my neighbour. I met the guy who owned the house, but I got the friggin' whole story. Like, met the guy who owned the house who's splitting with his wife, and it's a very quick split, but his wife's moving in next door. I'm like, okay, this is... I've only just met you. Kind of thing. It's like, it's very full on. Yes, the sweet spot when you don't have to like... You can talk to a kid and the kid can talk back. Even then, they have the moments and they have to be well-behaved kids. Like I said with the story about like... Not that my sister's kids are badly behaved, but... They can be loud and not listen to people every now and again. But like my nephew's now the older of the two. I mean, of my nephews. He's old enough that you can talk to him and have a decent conversation with him. Like, or he'll just tell you like, "Oh, I'm bored. I'm gonna go play my Switch." It's like, I wish adults were like that. Something like kids do have the benefits. I'll give them this. They are blunt and they will just say what they think. An adult will like humor you in a conversation if they think you're interested in telling it. Where a kid won't. A kid will just go, "Oh, I'm bored. I just want to go play Fortnite." Yeah, I'm bored. I'm gonna stop talking now. And that's better than someone humouring you in a conversation, because that means you're not wasting your time talking to them. It's so much better. I thought you were just quoting what every person should be like. I'm just gonna stop talking now. Exclamation mark. I was about to do it as a joke in the chat. And I was like, no, I'm gonna hit enter and ruin it. This freaking time. I need to look into how to use live split properly or change what my key is for it. You're gonna attempt to. What could I do to tease you out and not though? Tis the question. Okay, they're both online, so I want to say this one. I forgot what one was 4 away. I was like, no, because it's in a rectangle. The 4 away would have been online with it. It's like, oh no, if you don't stop talking, I'm gone. I can tease stuff that isn't TOS, and it won't work. I know the only way, because you know I won't follow through, but you'll try and egg me on, is to do stuff that is against TOS. Or maybe just threaten you with like my secret OnlyFans that I've been keeping secret all this time. And if you don't speak up now, then I'll never give it away. What am I up to now? To speak. Does that work? Usually the asterisks are like actions, but if the action is speak, I feel like if that was like an old like type and adventure. Wait, a second. I'm just gonna check the odds. 29. Oh, gee, it got to 29. 29 is 1 in 1456. Yeah, if it was an old type and adventure, even the game would take the mick out of you for that. It'd be like, okay, what are you speaking? And it prompt you for a line. Which I do. Talking about them, I actually want to go back and play one of the old, like, either the point and clicks, probably not the type adventures. Because I know on Steam, I've got like the 3D, I want to say it was a remake of a King's Quest game, or like maybe a new King's Quest. Go through and play that. They've got a charm to them. It broke at 30. But it got on such a high combo. Okay. The question is, at this point, because the chain broke, do I stay on BDSP or do I move to Let's Go? Because I at least want to try and get one on this stream. Because if I move to Let's Go, I'll probably... Okay. Let's Go it is. Thankfully, other Switch here with Eevee already booted up. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't make a difference, but my Eevee save is on here. And I know Eevee's already set up to do the hunts. Let's pop that in. Let's fucking go! Oh, and I gotta get the controller. Here we go. We're gonna play Whack Yourself in the Face Simulator. Oh, wait, before I do, I just want to give a quick update on... I said the shiny decks at the start. Oh, and I can get rid of this overlay for me. Thank God. I don't have to have the squares on the stream. Or on the screen for me. On the Switch game. Do you mean the Poke Plus? Is that the one you're talking about? Or Pokeball Plus? Not the Poke Plus. I think that's the Pokemon Go specific one. Oh, yeah, got you. Yeah, it was odd. And the fact that this works the same as the 2 controllers do in handheld mode. Like, it's got a gyroscope in it. Which I noticed playing Super Mario Galaxy. And that isn't great, is it? Oh, no. I confused it. Gotta quit. Yeah, it's stupid. They should have just implemented it like handheld mode. Although I've got weirdly good at catching Pokemon in handheld mode on Let's Go. Because I just lie there and my arms are just like now rigid. They used to like wobble a little bit. I've trained myself to keep them rigid and just press A. So it like just launches a ball at the center of the screen. And that's even worse. I have to remember names. Or I just do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Check summary. I mean, you can't see the names. And also, this is the time still on stream. I'm just killing time here. Not great. I just realised the time is still going. So, what we got here? We've got... I'm going to tell you the names as we go. Gecko, Palm, Tropico, Ali, Samurai, Fuchsia, Pin, Metabee, Bunted. I didn't notice its antenna swapped. That's actually cool. Dove, Robin, and Crane. Steps, Beat, Dominator. I haven't renamed these. Technically, you got Pound and Sterling, Cupcake, and Gatto. And that's my shiny deck so far. Just quick update on that before we jump in. I can show you where Hole is while I load up the game. Hole is in here. I've got my hole right out on screen. And again, I just love the fact that he's yellow on the little ring instead of orange. It recognised the shiny. Should show my hole more often. Viewers love it. Yeah, he's part of the Poke Plus challenge video. Which I haven't checked in on that. It might be a good time to check in after the stream. Yeah, you might want to. You had a me moment. Okay, so let's go to the bag because they have no town map option. I need to get rid of the camera for me. Town map. And I'm trying to remember where Diglett Cave is now. East of Vermilion? Technically I go to Pewter as well, but let's go the Pewter route. And let's just fly over everything with Charizard. Gyarados got to level 100 hunting the hunting the Pidgey. The team will eventually get to level 100 because I realised I also have to evolve a fair few of them. Which is what did it. It was trying to get Pidgey to 36 to get my shiny Pidgeot. To get Crane. It was called Crane because I was naming them obviously like after Species of Birds, and I happened to be watching a Sea Dog video, so I was like, oh, crane. It makes sense. I'm gonna start a catch combo that I can actually keep going. Unless I mess it up. The amount of times I've messed them up. Like in here, thankfully, there's only Diglett, Dugtrio, and Chansey that spawn. But the amount of times I've messed up chains in this by being like half asleep, or the worst, I've messed up so many Pidgey chains by accidentally catching a Weedle. Just because I was so like in the rhythm of catching Weedle. I was like, oh, there's another one. Catch a Weedle. I was like, oh, that wasn't my target. I've just broke like 100 long chain. Thankfully, I had like 500 Pidgey on my screen. Like, it's ridiculous how many. It was literally the only Pokemon on my screen in Viridian Forest. So if you know how Viridian Forest works, I think that's the place where at least the most Pokemon spawn on the ground. And the reason I was doing it in there was because I didn't want a shiny Pidgey to spawn in the sky and me miss it. What song did I just accidentally mention? Because I've definitely accidentally mentioned one. Because it's probably one that's always kind of like subconsciously in my head. Oh my god, that's a shout. I haven't thought about that for literal years. I need more Pokeballs as well. The amount of times as a kid when they used to have like the little music player on the Pokemon website that I'd just go through and play like Viridian City and like the Pokemon rap and just that whole original, like, I want to say it was probably like a CD playlist, just like taken from one of the releases, but just uploaded on the site for free, just to listen to. It probably was that same Pokemon album, but I just happened to use like the player on the website. And I must say it was actually, no, it was maybe just around when iPods were releasing. Gosh, old Barney, yeah. I think I've still got an iPod Nano somewhere. Like, not the tiny thing. Like, they had the iPod Classics, which are the big chunky ones, and then the thin ones was the one I had. And it technically wasn't mine. It just hit my controller on the desk. It was technically my brother's. But that it just went everywhere with me. I was the only kid in my year probably with like an iPod Nano that was just sat there listening to like System of a Down all day, because that was the first like band that I properly got into, because I was like, this is so different, what is this? And then just like found my love for rock music, because it's so different from like you grow up with like your mum and dad and family and that time, like, this music's great, and you may actually like the music they're recommending to you, but then when you find that band on your own for the first time, it's just like euphoria, like the world's just opened up to you. And then when you find friends who are into the same thing, like another one of like my vivid memories of like when I was really young. I say really young. Not like really young, but like just start of like, how do you call it? Like middle school, secondary school, I don't know how they work. I was about 11, 12-ish. And we were going on like a school trip. And on the coach trip back, we stopped at like a pit stop. Whatever it's called. Services, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. And we just spotted an album that had just released, like me and like 4 of my friends. and it was Green Day's 21st Century Breakdown. And we bought that shop. Oh, that best go soon. We bought that shop out of every copy they had of that album. Because, wait, and what? Just so it doesn't break the chain. And I think that was the first album I bought with my own money as well. It is also probably why it's such a vivid memory for me. And then there's... See, I haven't actually bought that many physical albums. And especially not like recently. There's no point buying physical albums recently. I think the only one I bought was Ed Sheeran's latest one. But that was just because you had to buy the physical one to get early access to his concert tickets. So I was like, yeah, pay 15 quid for something that I don't mind having. That's what it was at. I was like, I don't mind having this. It's going to take up some space, but it's very minimal. Yeah, I'll get it. Just so I've got guaranteed access to tickets that everyone's going to want. But then you have other bands like The Foos that I just got tickets for. Who are just like, yeah, you signed up for the email list, so fair enough to you. Early access to tickets, there's your code. That's how it should be done. It shouldn't make you buy things, even though I didn't mind buying it. It was still 15 quid on top of the ticket price. Okay, I've got enough. I've got enough balls now. I forgot a lure on. Okay, I've still got a lure on. Because the lure actually gives you one extra roll for it to be shiny. I learned. Because I was doing it without a lure for a while. Like, I think... What stream was it? I think it might have actually been the Bulbasaur stream. I was doing it without a lure. Which was just stupid. Why would they do it without a lure when it gives me the extra chance and could make the hunt quicker? I just realised we passed the 2-hour mark. We're past the time when I can technically clock off, done my usual streams, sort of thing. Up to a combo of 8. The nice thing is it's hard to miss Diglett in here. The amount of paranoia I had in Viridian Forest. Because they'd spawn further than I realised out when I had the lure on. So sometimes they'd spawn just off screen, or whether they wanted, I don't know. Or they'd spawn like just further up and I might not have been able to see them. Like say when I think I was hunting Caterpie for... Did I hunt Caterpie or did I get Caterpie? I think I was hunting Caterpie. But because Caterpie is small and green, unless it had like the green or like red glows on them, I wouldn't be able to see it. So I was so paranoid that they were like off screen at some point. But then I was like, no wait, if I'm bothered about them, they'd be yellow and golden. Which I actually had to phase. I say phase, I almost phased on a shiny Caterpie and a shiny Weedle for the Pidgey hunt. But because they were at the point where I'd already completed the lines, I did the content creator thing of like, I'll get the recording of encountering them, but I'm not going to get them just because I want to keep the chain going, because it takes longer to set up the chain, and a shiny Weedle or a shiny Caterpie aren't worth it. Maybe if the rarer shinies or something, or like, I don't know. If I ever decide to catch one of them, it's whether try and give them away, because trying to give away... Oh, no. Hello, Doug Trio. Trying to give away that Gimme Ghoul was hell as was. And I ended up just getting lazy and just going on like a Pokemon trade Reddit. Just being like, anyone want this? And apparently they have... Okay, so trying to post on any of those, any Reddit board in general, you got to post with the right flares, you got to adhere to all the stupid rules. Like, one of the rules was pretty much on like the trade boards. Oh, you can't be like trying to give away any like event Pokemon or like shiny Pokemon. You've got to have this specific role, which is something like be active on the Reddit for so long or whatever. Just like stuff to get numbers up for them. Like, this is ridiculous. So I just worded it really weirdly to get around the auto mod from taking down the post. To be like, this is a gimme go from a certain terror raid or terror den. Just so people knew, and someone clocked on, I just gave them it. But there's so many stupid rules to try and to just be able to post. There shouldn't be that many rules on posting. But that's my Reddit rant over, which is why I don't post on Reddit. Just because of that frustrating thing. I think it's people getting power mad on Reddit. Like, it's creeped to a point of like, oh, we need these rules to keep the community kind of approachable. To be like, no, there's too many rules to where people trying to get in fresh just can't. Are you just trying to trade a Pokemon to someone or find a Pokemon to trade? Reddit doesn't want you to do that, apparently. Go on Pokemon Home's GTS. It's the only place to do it, and even that's a mess. It's my Reddit rant over. I'm gonna stop myself. Oh, so much gas. I'm burping with rage. Reddit used to be so good. I feel like Reddit is better if you just scroll it and you never post. Because God knows how people post on there. I say it's frustrating, and then I'm still sat here trying to hunt a shiny Pokemon 2 hours later. I'm a glutton for punishment, but when it's self-imposed, I guess. Which makes sense. Like, I'm willing to punish myself because I can stop that punishment at any time. But if someone punishes me, I have no control. And I'm apparently a control freak. Apparently a control freak. I can get rid of those chain odds. Nope. Nope, come on. That's it. And I have to run straight after this if it doesn't stay in the ball. Why am I still trying to catch these in Pokeballs? Is a good question. Why don't I just try and catch them in Ultra Balls, use up the last of them? Because, fun fact, the odds actually get better as you catch more of them. Fun fact, it actually helps if you throw the Pokeball as well. Yeah, because restarting some. So I used to think it was as you kept the catch combo going, it was easier to catch a Pokemon. But then when my Bulbasaur combo broke, I noticed the ring was actually a lower colour. So I think it started at orange and it went down to yellow for Pokeballs, and eventually I think down to green, or it might have stayed yellow. But it just counts on the amount of Pokemon you've caught instead of like the catch combo. So consistently, the more of those Pokemon you catch, the better you'll get at catching that specific Pokemon. So I've caught 18 now, which I can't remember the increments it goes up in, but by the time you're at like a combo of 100, I don't think you can miss on any of the greens. Like, it'll always stay in. And the goal is to just get it down so you can use the cheapest Pokeballs possible. Because or you just keep wasting the expense of the 3 Pokeballs constantly. And I might actually have to take a quick break and go grab a drink. I'll take a break at 20. And then like a 2-minute break to go get a drink. I love that stupid trick of just flick it backwards. Because it's not even a trick they can patch out. It purely just uses a gyroscope in the same way, but it's an easier motion. I'll give you the demonstration because I can do this while I'm like getting my steps in. Because sometimes if I haven't got my steps in for the day, I will just do like I'll just jog on the spot for a bit. But I'll just be jogging on the spot, and all you got to do is flick the remote backwards like that. Just literally. No specific throw, no angles, no anything. Just flick. Which I think is... Did I end up name... No, I don't think I ended up naming one of my monkeys Flick. I think I had the idea to. If I got one while I was trying to like... While I was getting my steps in and I found a shiny monkey, I was gonna name one of them Flick, which is why one of them is named Steps. They usually have... Some of them have reason to the name, and some of them are just like the name of them. Like Annihilate called Dominator. That was the monkey I found while watching his shiny tutorial for how to do the catch combos. And I just happened to find it at the start of one of his videos. So it got the name Dominator. I'm gonna quickly grab a drink. So and I actually had to test this. If you're not subscribed, you're gonna see like a quick 1-minute ad. Let's just test that out. First time doing it. And I'll be back in a sec. Go grab a drink if you don't want to watch it. Oh my god, how behind is my stream? You can actually remind me now I've got a glass of water. Should have reminded me earlier. I've run out of water a while ago. Terrible at your job. It's why it's Ray's job. Anywho. Let's take off that screen. Where is it? Layer. There we go. And hello, Zubat. We said this for months. I still need to play Temtem. I need to get it on Switch. The Switch is the only console I play at the minute. Because I am... I'm the equivalent of people calling themselves like Disney adults. Yeah, I really want to get consoles again, like more of them, but then it's just the effort of setting it all up and having it work. And then I want to play them on my big TV, but I'll have them set up in the studio, and then I'll move them down to the big TV, and I want to play them in the studio. At this point, I'm just giving myself excuses, but I need to get like the main consoles because I'm missing out on some of like like God of War, I have to like watch that as a playthrough instead of actually playing it myself. Although then again, I don't get tons of time to play stuff anyway. I'm either working in my actual job or doing stuff for videos and that in between. Or social. That is literally my life. I'm either editing videos together from stuff I've already done. It's all excuses, but that's actually a valid excuse. I actually have no time to play them, so it's not worth me getting them. Even though I really want to get them. Because genuinely, if I've got nothing else to do, I will just sit there and shiny hunt stuff. It's actually an issue. It may be an addiction. I actually had... What was the last game I properly played? I think it was the Spider-Man games on like PS4. So I think the last one I played was Miles Morales. Not on the better of the two consoles, but I was borrowing my brother-in-law's PS4 because he just got his PS5. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll play it. The last... Actually, other than on the Switch, I know exactly what games I played on consoles. And in what order. Because it was... Sorry, getting the burps out before I do. Hydrate. The Spider-Man Miles Morales. Then the first Spider-Man. And then Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth or something. Just because I got weirdly addicted to that game because I love the Digimon games. Any Digimon RPG games except for freaking... Oh my god. We had a night where... So my brother-in-law was just like... Had nothing else to do. Like, I just put Digimon Survive. I was like, oh, sick. I've been looking at that one. Like, not sure whether to get it. He's like, oh, come round and I'll play it and then you can see. We were both just amazed at how bad it was. And he's like, well, that was a waste of money, but I don't mind. Just so bad. Because it's a visual novel of a game. The only place you can find them may include some breaking and entering. Because if you can find them outside their own homes, you've worked miracles. That's coming from a gamer guy. As much as I hate that term. I don't like the term gamer because it's just a bit cringy, isn't it? Like, it was a derogatory term that people kind of tried to take as their own. I mean, you can find them, but then... How do I say it without being mean? You can usually tell if they are. Usually, I'll put that in brackets. Because sometimes they might be, but they're self-aware enough to not put it in the bios. But you wouldn't be able to tell by my Tinder. Because I'll keep it away from my Tinder and anything outside. Actually, did I update it with it? Because I weirdly do random tests with it and just put sometimes just the most random things in there. Just to be like, okay, let's just see if anyone bites with this. Yeah, it's very slightly in there. So literally, I mean, I don't actually mind sharing this because there's literally like minimal information. One of the lines is just like, I'm probably playing guitar games or in the gym, if I had to guess. It's like, it's in there, but it's like a passing comment. Because people know if they put that in there, it's like, this is a thing I love. It's a turn off for so many people. So people just avoid putting it in there. Because it is still a derogatory term. People aren't taking gamer back. Yeah. Which, I feel like there's a reason we're both not very successful, because they sound very similar. Mine just like slightly more active because it says, "Oh, I'm also in the gym or musical." It just says, "I have hobbies that will not include you," which yours pretty much say the same. I'm either working without you or sleeping without you. Oh no, technically that could be with you. Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? They're similar. I know I said less active, but I don't think when I speak, do I? So you gotta give me a little bit of leeway and call me out on that shit. Well, if I was just fully relaxed into the recline pose. Yes, I'm backpedaling. It's what I do best. If you backpedal, you're then technically going back on yourself and you've got to do more distance, which is more exercise, and it's efficiency. And it's also throwing the Pokeball way too far. To be fair, I was backpedaling and I just friggin' owned it. I was like, yes, I'm an idiot. And I don't think before I speak. Is Charizard gonna hit 100? That is a ooze. That is technically highest odds now. 31. I've still got to keep the catch combo going. I've got a lure on and there's really not all that many Pokemon spawning. I remember once, what was one of my things about? I think it was just like, I'm a great listener, tell me something interesting that you like doing and I'll hear out, we can talk about it. And one girl just gave me like a random fact about sharks and I was like, is that something interesting you like to do? Is this something you're trying to let me know? Like, we can't talk about a fact you randomly spewed at me. Rather than me be like, wow, that's amazing. There's no conversation from a fact. Unless someone, like you actually know someone, you'd be like, oh, did you know this about this? And because you know they're interested in it. Someone's interested in Formula 1. It's like, oh, did you know the porpoises like gotten less because they've re-engineered this thing? And they'd be like, oh, what, really? But just being like, oh, did you know sharks don't kill as many people as cars do in a year? Like, interesting. Cool. If we were in person, I'd think you had, like, autism. Which isn't a bad thing, it's just something nice to know. I sounded like a backpedaler, dude. Ah, my chain! I didn't notice because I was just trying to semi-backpedal again. So annoying. I'm gonna be here all night. I'm giving it half an hour. Because I do have to get off at 11. Because I have to be a productive human being. I just had the right chain. I maybe got like one into like the right chain. This just isn't my day for chaining, is it? I've messed up about 5 chains in BDSP. I messed up a chain in this, which is the harder one to mess up. Literally, all I have to do is make sure Diglett doesn't run. And the fact that I just keep catching Diglett and nothing else. Charizard is actually going to get to 100 just off low level Diglett. I genuinely don't think I can't have a lure on right now. I do. Literally, I'm just used to the Viridian Forest spawns being so many. But like that, I got that far into Diglett Cave before one spawned. That's kind of stupid. I also still have to learn Diglett's patterns because I got Pidgey down to a T, Like where it'd fly up and come down. I could get it to come down and still land the ball on an excellent. But that was after like, I want to say 400. I can actually check how much it was. PG. Check data. I'm an Evercut. 443. And they're about like 300 or so. I could start nailing an excellent throw on a jumping Pidgey. Okay, I'm trying to think how long. This shouldn't take too long because it's a common spawn in here. Just need to get one. Considering it's been roughly about, timer says, coming up to 2 hours. Give or take like 10 minutes that I messed up. That is a Dug Trio. Only level 19. What level does Diglett evolve? I should probably not look it up and catch it first. Okay. Diglett. Because I want to say that's below the level that it evolves at. Because I don't think. Yeah, 27. So 19 seems really low. Oh my god, the Pokemon Wiki is a friggin' worst. No, I trust you. Oh, you were so close. 26. Got a better memory than me. I was thinking like the other side, 28. So technically in this game, you can catch an under-leveled Dug Trio. Which is like any like the second gen games where you can catch like, I think it's a level 17 Sand Slash or something. That I had in my save of Pokemon Gold. Before the battery died. Because I need to swap the battery in that. Underleveled Pokemon in the underground. What ones are they? Because I know there's... Wait, if you have the Natics before the second gym, you can... Oh! Interesting. I think I would have in Pearl if it wasn't for me forgetting about Spinder. Because I went to the professor and everything. Wait. Second gym. Trying to remember how the gyms work. Oak will come in and then you have to get the national dex from... Yeah, second gym's right. Gardenia. I want to say I've got to run after this. I think it did the animation. I might actually try that. Because there's some of the interesting ones that I want to get. There's like the level... There's a level 100 Magikarp and Gyarados, I think, in Black 2 and White 2. There's like the low level Salamence that you can get from SOS and in Sun and Moon. But then some of the underground ones might be interesting to swap out from 11 decks. Because just Pokemon at levels they shouldn't be are just... They're a bit more interesting. Because I thought as soon as you got the national decks... I mean, I guess it only unlocks spawns. It doesn't set the levels. The badges set the levels. So that makes sense, actually. You're technically sequence breaking. Because you shouldn't be able to... Especially because some of them are locked to the post-game areas, like the fight area and that. Like Spinder. I mean, technically, some of them are locked to swarms, which is how they stop you doing it, which is ridiculous. Pidgey. Oh, hello, knock the decks. Knock the decks. No, and knocked the desk. God. It's getting to that I can't talk point, which always seems to be around like 10:30ish. Yeah. Pidgey being a purely swarm encounter was ridiculous. The fact that, again... I mean, this was actually a good time. I had to go on the Pokemon trade Reddit. I was like, I need a Pidgey. What does anyone want? Because I've got everything. Because this was before the home integration. Because that took a while for BDSP. People think it took a while for Scarlet. It's like, no, it started with BDSP. That is my other rant of like Ilga not getting the Spinder pattern right. Also, they took so long to integrate BDSP into Pokemon Home. That's a story for another time. I had to go on like Reddit and just request a Pidgey because I just couldn't get the Swarm encounter. There we go. And someone apparently just wanted a Pidgey for a Waterstone. So I was like, yeah, sure, I've got tons of them. I've been in the underground for like days trying to get mysterious shards. Which, oh, now I'm just remembering my shiny decks. Legendaries are a thing, aren't they? It's a good thing I kind of shoved all my legendaries from the living decks into no, I couldn't. I had to shove them from Let's Go Eevee into Let's Go Pikachu because they're weirdly one way, I think, or at least that's how I did it. I might be wrong, but it's the way I did it in the end. So technically in Let's Go Pikachu, I've still got all the legendaries ready to reset hunt if I need to. Because like I said, I want to keep them kind of in an origin deck sort of way. So if I can get, say, Mewtwo and Kanto, I'm more than happy to do that. I might be able to easier do it in like the max raid adventures, and some of them I might have to because I can't remember when they start getting locked in the games. Because obviously I think it's once they start getting to like Kalos, I think the Unova games they still didn't, because you can get like Shining Kyurem and Reshiram in them, or at least some of them. I think Kyurem might. I can't honestly. I'm chatting on my ass for a lot of this. A lot of it's guessing. I'm like, I've seen people hunt Kyurem. I've seen people hunt Origin Form Giratina. Yeah, Kalos feels about right. I want to say that's when they started doing it. Because I haven't seen people do like Shiny Xerneas hunts in those games, or like I say Yveltal or Yveltal. Like, don't actually know how it's said. I think that's probably the name most people second guess themselves on, just because it starts with a Y. And it could be E or Y. What's the first hunter one? Do I want to go like just in order? That's what I'm thinking. So maybe I'll start with like Articuno. I don't know. I might want to start with something interesting because I haven't necessarily gone in chronological order with any of the shiny decks so far. Hey, Charizard's at level 100. Nidoking's going to be next. Considering I started with Wooloo, then Goldengo was the next video I did, even though technically I got that before Wooloo. Oh, pre-roll ads are on. Good to know. Yeah. I then went on to, from Gimmighoul it was Mankey, and now finally I'm gonna go Bulbasaur. Not go in order and go to Caterpie, then Weedle, and Pidgey. Because my next one, I'm going to try and go chronological-ish, unless I just get bored of doing that. Still keep them, like, origin-wise. Like, if I get bored of doing hunts in Let's Go to BDSP, or go to Sword and Shield, go to Scarlet and Violet. Just to keep it a bit fresh for myself, so it's not just like monotonous, like I'm just doing this to get the decks. Like, keep it fun a bit, but then still keep it kind of chronological in those games, so when I go back to them I know where I'm up to. Because that's going to be a big issue going through, is being like, what have I got? And let's run from this so we don't break my chain. It's going back and realize like what I've got and what I haven't. So in home, I'm trying to keep them roughly in dex order, which I managed to do so far. But it's easy considering I've only got like 13, 14 so far toward the decks. It's going to be hard when I'm like, got to start shifting around hundreds of them. Because like I said, I'm starting to get them pretty fast, and I'll have hundreds by the time I'm at least through like 2 generations. Or like 1.5 generations. Let's say I finish Let's Go's decks. And I'm on to... Johto will be the hard one, at least recording wise. But Johto also has the PaneyeRewind in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Which eventually, if I get good at that and don't break the chains, it might actually not be that hard. Not all of them are chainable. And I will actually have to get an extra copy for some of the legendaries. Because I caught all the legendaries in the games, obviously. Because that's what you do on a playthrough. So I might actually have to pay out that... Oh, pay out for a copy of Soul Silver. That's going to hurt if I've got to do it. Because it'll be a double whammy if I get onto it. And I'll have to pay out for Soul Silver as well as a 3DS capture card. That's going to hurt. But all the games I can hunt in will be on 3DS. Or can be played on 3DS. So I was curious if I'd have to get like a normal DS capture card so I could go back and hunt in like Leaf Green and Emerald and that type of thing. But thankfully not, because Gen 3, Gen 2 is Heart Gold Soul Silver, Gen 3 is Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Gen 4 is obviously then when they came onto the DS. So I'm pretty safe for all the generations. Gen 1 and 2. I mean, Gen 2, like I said, is covered. Gen 1 is Let's Go. This is the stuff that I'm just like randomly trying to work out in the background. It's like feasibility and logistics of doing any of these challenges that I want to do. And the only one I rarely misjudged was the Poke Plus video. Everyone was like, oh yeah, you can just get like loads of spare rare candies if you need. It's dead easy. Not if you're trying to get a Pokemon to level 100 from level 7. Or I think level 3 is the lowest I've had to go from. It's like less than a starter. 97 rare candies. Not super easy to get, it turns out, with a Pokeball Plus. Even if you're going for walks, getting your steps in, going to the gym, and you're keeping it on you the whole time. Not super easy. I think off the top of my head, because the steps only count for every 10,000 steps you do. You get one check, and that's one chance to get a rare candy. But more often than not, it's going to be something else. But let's say if you activate it and then you shake it, play with them, whether it's shaking it, you twist a stick, and it makes a weird noise apparently. Playing with them, I think, has a lower amount of checks. But you can get them while you're walking as long as it's active. And you can also put in the silent mode so it's not constantly making Magikarp noises at you. Which, what? Let's see. Yep, come on, Diglett. Let's see. Pokeball Plus. Sword and Shield. Should come up. Diglett's still on yellow for its catch. Clearly haven't caught enough. Okay, so if it's on a full circle, I can't throw it straight away. I have to wait a little bit. So if it's on a small one, Yeah, if it's on like a mid-sized one, I should be able to throw straight away. That's a little bit of like having to work out the timings for each of them. That gets better the more you catch, as well as the actual rate getting better, which we're up to 22. Okay, let's see. Checks. That was such a whiffed one. Come on. Attack or something. You're going to do it when I throw it, aren't you? What? Literally as I was going to. So, points per value every milestone. So, what is this? Enjoyed playing in play mode. Points per value 20. How do these points work? I think I've thought of this wrong. Amount of steps walked 1. Milestones every 10,000. Called out to player 500 points per value and your milestones are every 10. So I think you get them at milestones. But if it enjoyed playing, you get just a straight 20. And it's pretty much like every, I want to say 5 steps you take, you can play with the Pokemon once. So one of my checks was like 140,000 steps. But not 114,000. No, because that sounds low. I think it was something stupid like 140,000 steps. I remember the number 14. Anyway, a high amount of steps. And I had like 9,000 odd times played with. Because obviously, like, I'm walking everywhere. I can't just constantly have it. Like, because I'd have to have it bouncing on my leg and activated. Like, I'd have to actively think about playing with them. So I'd get way less, but you get way more points for it. And overall, you're just trying to get way more checks. Which, having a look at that article, I might need to reread through it. Okay. Just looking at this, I've got maybe 10 minutes left before I've got the width. Just as, like, I think I'm accidentally doing, where's the camera? I'm accidentally doing that instead of going straight up, like whiffing it to the side. It should just be, but I'm like bringing it around town. Oh, it's getting warm in my room right now. I need to crack a window soon. Or can I last the 10 minutes? And it's going to be a... I got a shiny! It's not the one I wanted, but I'll take it. Yeah, it was a shiny XP sack as well, Jesus. I've got to run into this. What level is this going to be? 19? Oh. I might fail this. Because I'm still keeping to my normal rules. They need to be in Pokeballs. Okay, I'd have the raspberry at least. Please just stay in the ball. Need to use another raspberry. I knew that it was good when I was trying to like level up Pokemon that I got. Feck. Okay, okay. Excellent throw, golden raspberry. It's gonna run after this and I might bail it. Oh, thank God. That had me on actual edge. Woo. Surprisingly, of all the grinding I've done in these games, yeah, we need to celebrate that freaking. Whew. How many Diglets was that? I think that might be the perfect stopping point. Okay, 5, let's say 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, plus 5, 58 in the combo before we got Chansey. The question is, what do we call it? Because I literally can't remember what I was talking about. Usually I'd name it something off that. What do I call it? The shiny Chansey. The green girl. I was going to say the green boy. The green girl. Adamant nature. Somewhat stubborn. That is true. They're just... I usually like simple names, so I just call it Sax. I think Sax is the name. Considering it is like the emote. And are you even going to be able to see the name? Yeah, you're going to be able to... Okay, so we got Sax the Chansey. Woo! You know, I'm actually happy to end that there. It's not reclaimed the shiny. Wait, I've got to be clicked into it. It's not reclaimed the shiny, but I've still got to keep going with that. So with like 2 hours 13 in to trying to do it, I'm going to try and figure out how to continue the timer on Wednesday. But I think that's about where I'm going to call it. Cheers for the slightly longer one than usual and just chilling with me. And I'll catch you soon. Catch you Wednesday. I'm actually on a schedule now, hopefully. We'll see how long I can keep up with it. But 2 days a week should be able to do. I usually try and get about 2 hours in-ish, I've decided. Sweet. I'll catch you later. And I'll actually... I'll get rid of my starting soon on the start/end screen. Because I've now got that set up separately. That was the other thing I did. I've done so much stuff. Oh, I'll tell you stuff on Wednesday if I get more stuff done. But I'll catch you soon. Long bye again. Bye.